Should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Sure. I didn't watch much at all last week since our last show, but I'll let you guys talk about stuff you watched.
I'm continuing my kick of working my way through all the DC movies that I avoided.
Why?
I don't know. I feel
Go with
like
your first instinct, I feel.
I just need to know. Right? It's like, maybe they got this one right. Like, I could Wonder Woman 84, that looks like it could be fun.
But you heard that they didn't get it right. You already knew they didn't get it right.
There's still a hope. It's like, oh, I like the 80s.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've done so much right.
Pedro Pascal, he's been happening. People like him.
Sure. Yeah. Wonder Woman 84, it needs to be more fun. You get Kristen Wiig, you're supposed to give her jokes. It's not come in and, hey, Kristen Wiig, can you be really depressing?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a lot of gold? Is there a lot of gold in the movie?
There is.
There is.
There is a lot of gold. There is Kristen Wiig just not being funny. There is some real weird things going on in that movie. You know, it's just there's attempted rape where Kristen Wiig fights her rapist.
That is the turning point. That's how you know she's bad, because she beats up the attempted racist too much.
Rapist.
Right.
That's her turning point.
Yeah.
Is beating up the attempted rapist.
Oh, she Cheetah?
Yeah, she's Cheetah.
So she was too violent on her rapist.
Yeah,
that was bad. Apparently.
That's how you know. Oh no, she's turned.
Yeah, like I said, your instincts serve you well when you avoided these movies the first time. Did you watch it all the way through, or do you stop? You don't stop. I feel you always go. You get to the end.
Oh I finish what I start. Yeah, I don't. There's the problem with these movies is there's like good movies in there somewhere. They just are choosing not to make them. Yeah. And it's got to be purposeful. It's like, no, we don't want to do a formula like Marvel where these story arcs are entertaining.
Right.
And where like you like these characters.
Right.
Gal Gadot still looks like Wonder Woman.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They got that. They nailed that part of it.
She turns another man into her dead boyfriend who doesn't know that he's been turned into the dead boyfriend.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's weird. There's some weirdness in that movie. Yep. Yeah. So basically, she can make her. There's a guy, and he can make her wishes come true. So she wishes that her dead boyfriend comes back, but he doesn't just like poof out of nowhere. Some random dude
he quantum leaps into another dude.
Yeah, he just that's a good way to describe it. He quantum leaps into some other like random dude who has no idea. He, for all we know, we don't know where his mind has been transplanted to. Yeah, it's very strange.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it fun. It's in the 80s. Reference all the 80s things that people like. And
there's a mall scene. After the mall scene, it all goes downhill. You're like, oh, and there's no reason for us to be in the 80s anymore, other than like the overarching, like more is better theme of the movie, right?
Seemed all she needed to do is beat people up at the mall, beat people up at the bowling alley.
You forgot. I forgot to tell you, she doesn't beat anybody up after the mall for a very long time. She is just Wonder Woman not being Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's too sad about everything.
No, she's out solving mysteries with her undead boyfriend.
Sad.
Yep. I did watch a movie though over the weekend. I should have put it on here. I watched the extended version of Spider-Man Far From Home that has the extra, I guess, is it 10 minutes? I don't know. The one that they re-released into theaters. I think it's 10 or 15 minutes more in it.
Right.
It's not really that noticeable that they added extras. There's some extra high school stuff.
Can you just watch that on YouTube or something, or no?
You probably could, but I hadn't seen it and I was tired and I didn't feel like thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I put that on. And yeah, it's mostly high school stuff, which is funny. If you like Hannibal Buress, there's like there's like 5 more minutes of Hannibal Buress in there that wasn't in there.
Great.
Like Spider-Man in gym class when everyone knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and they make him do stuff. Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Oh, I watched the pilot of Animal Control, the new Joel McHale TV show.
I saw the commercial for that, and I thought it was like a reality show with animals. Like he was going to be like the host, and he's going to be meeting animals every week. But
that would be a better show.
It's apparently not that. It's actually like a sitcom or something.
Yeah, it's a sitcom. It tries real hard to be, Community with animals,
right?
Or Parks and Rec with animals. And I mean, it's just I only watched the pilot, so who knows? Maybe it gets good.
Those were both pitches for this show.
Yes, those are 100%. Imagine Community or
Slide
Parks
1,
and Recreation.
community with animals. Slide 2, Parks and Rec with animals.
Mm-hmm.
Slide 3, just animals and the guy. What's this? Joel McHale? Yeah.
Any ghosts in that one? I feel like ghosts are making a big revival right now.
No, there are only ghosts in the show Ghosts, which is still top notch, by the way. That's an excellent TV show.
No, well, I've been seeing a ton of commercials for that. Maybe it's a Netflix movie or something. We Have a Ghost, or
no, that's something different.
Something different. Okay,
We Have a Ghost is different. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a Christopher Landon joint though, so may not be too bad if you liked Happy Death Day.
It's got Captain America,
Captain Falcon, yeah,
Captain Falcon in it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He knows how to throw the shield now.
He figured it out.
He figured it out.
How?
There's a montage.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense how he can bounce it off stuff, really.
Sure,
it does.
It's
just a shield. Like, doesn't have any
totally can bounce.
Doesn't have any like chips in it. Like,
do you have any vibranium? Have you ever thrown vibranium? Tell me about
the time.
I don't know. Tell me about the time you were throwing vibranium around.
Really bouncy.
Yes, that's
it's known for being very hard and
it's
bouncy.
Unlike any material on the planet because it does whatever it is you need it to do that the plot point tells you.
Right.
That's what vibranium is.
That sounds good. It would make a good sex toy.
Yeah, they sell that at Target. It's just very expensive.
It does whatever you need it to do.
It's like those used concert tickets I found at Target.
That was ridiculous. What did they want for those? I didn't see the price tag on
$32.
$32. Like it's in there. Like I'm looking at the trading cards, right? Like I like to look at the trading cards, see if they have any Garbage Pail Kids.
Our Target doesn't even have the trading cards anymore because
see if they have Pokemon cards, like that type of stuff, right? And I'm looking there and I'm like, I've never seen this before. It's like the little trade boxes, right? Like you usually get like, I don't know, 8 or 10 packs in a trade box type of thing. I look at it, I'm like, oh, there's like some kind of like new entertainment one that came out. I'm like, that might be fun. I could like buy a box of that. These boxes are usually like $20 or whatever. I'm looking at it, it's like $32. That's a lot. And it's like, oh, it looks like though you might be able to get like a memorabilia of some sort on it. Like these things have like chase items in them, right? Like,
okay.
And I look at it and you're like, a used ticket? Like that's to a concert? That's all it is. And like the front of it is like an Eagles concert that took place in Madison Square Garden in 2020 with a section 300 ticket.
They didn't have the best seats.
Not the best seats, but that is like their like selling point just on the front of the box of this thing.
But they only have one of them though.
There's only one thing in the box. You don't get any cards. You get one used ticket that's been put into like a card form for $32.
Wait, it's just the one. I thought it was like cards and a used.
No, it's just one used concert ticket.
And what is it on? Is it like in a little frame? How do they?
No, it's like embedded into a card.
I don't.
They've made it into a card somehow.
They've made it into a card.
So how many did you buy?
I couldn't do it. I looked at it. The best was like people were like, I tweeted this out and people were like looking on eBay at these cards. Somebody found one that was like a John Mayer one. And it was like John Mayer. Underneath that was www.johnmayer.com. Underneath that was Staples Center, just like in all block text on like a white background. No date, no time, nothing.
Somebody just made that.
That was all of the information. This was your $32 that you were getting.
Right. Next week you're gonna see just like a printout of like the digital ticket. Like
I'd
just a
understand
QR code.
if it was like Jimi Hendrix, at the
They're
Fillmore
from
East
3 years ago, the concerts.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that would be cool. Like an old, or even like
You probably have COVID on those tickets.
like Kansas in 1977. Like even that would be okay. Grand Funk Railroad. It could be like as dumb as that for $32. But if you're telling me that it's, the sort of Eagles from 2 years ago, that's
very dumb.
I was wrong. It was Ed Sheeran. I put the picture in the chat of what this is that you get for $32.
So what that is just a zoomed in part of a ticket, I feel, right? Like that's just the middle of the ticket that they've zoomed in on.
The ticket that they cut out and put inside of a card.
Yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Wow, $32. I think I'm going to hold on to that. But I've been watching, since we're still doing Watch This Jerks, I started watching History of the World Part 2. That's the, it used to be a movie, a Mel Brooks movie, and now it's a Hulu TV show.
Jews in Space.
I haven't gotten to Jews in Space yet, if that's a thing.
No, that's in part 1.
Yes, that I knew.
Yeah.
So I watched,
I haven't seen part 2.
I haven't watched the whole episode yet. I watched most of it. I laughed. I will admit to laughing, but it's pretty budget, I gotta say. Like the first one was like it's a pretty epic movie, right? Like, it's not great.
I actually read the Mel Brooks Ask Me Anything that he did on Reddit this week. And someone asked him how he got History of the World Part 1 to look as good as he got it.
Okay.
And it wasn't so much that they had the big budgets. They used a lot of matte paintings, apparently. And that made the scenes look that much bigger.
Yeah.
Even like some of the extras are actually painted in the background.
I think they're doing that in this too, I feel.
Okay.
It was okay. I was going in thinking it was going to be really, really horrible. And it was okay.
It was mildly amusing.
It was mildly amusing. I laughed.
That is a step up from horrible.
I laughed a couple of times.
I'll watch that. I will watch that. I don't know.
That's episodic though, right? Like
yes. But it's just a series of sketches. Like it seems random. Like they'll be like doing Civil War, then they do
like
Russian Revolution.
History? Is it more like Drunk History than?
Yeah, I guess. It's just jumping all over the place. I don't think there's much thought put into it. Yeah.
Because History of the World Part 1 had a plot.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it
Gregory Hines was there the whole time.
I should probably watch that again. Anyway, is that it for Watch This Jerks? I should show you something. I should show you something cool. Have you guys been following like AI voices and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. Like the voice cloning and things?
Yes.
So I can now replace you guys with AI. You want me to show you an example?
Please do.
So Wombat, what else are you watching this week?
I've been watching a lot of Tucker Carlson recently. That guy has some really good ideas. I've come to realize that sleepy Joe Biden is systematically destroying the country. What we really need is 4 more years of Donald J. Trump. All aboard the Trump train in 2024. Choo choo.
I do not choo choo like that. But oh my God, that's the scariest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's very, very scary. That's Wombat. That's Wombat. That's Wombat. There's these websites that you can go to.
I assume you typed in what you wanted to say. And
yeah, you feed it. You basically feed it as much audio of the subject that you can, and the better the quality, the better. And obviously, I have all the fucking raw audio of just you on a track I can feed into it. So I fed it like 5 or 6 CAGcast episodes of you. And yeah, then you just type in a box whatever you wanted to say. And there's some limitations. Like I really wanted you to say, like that you like hate the Jews or something like that. But it won't let you do that. It won't let you get too nasty.
Did you get a shipwreck sample too or no?
Maybe.
I want to hear how he sounds.
Shipwreck, what are you thinking about lately?
I don't like cats anymore, and I'm converting to Judaism. Mazel tov, biatch.
Nice.
I only fed it a little bit of Shipwreck. It's time consuming. It's time consuming.
You could tell that his voice was definitely not as polished as my voice.
Yes, it had a lot of you. It had to choke down, just like that sandwich going down the drain. It had to choke down a lot of Wombat.
Yeah, that is scary as all hell.
It's very scary
and yet amazing all at the same time.
Right. Maybe we'll hear more from Wombat later.
I can't wait.
Maybe if you're lucky.
Remember, if I say
after a while, this could just run itself.
Yes, it's ridiculous. It's very.
Can we?
Very scary.
Why didn't I just give you the copy for the ad read that we have today?
I did it. I tried it, and it does it much better than you do.
So I was gonna say.
They don't want that. Well, I think that's probably a violation of whatever agreement you've agreed to.
Well, we don't have to tell anybody, but that's
I think they can tell. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Like you'll notice the actual quality of the audio is not as clear as when it's you speaking. It sounds a little staticky, not perfect.
2 weeks.
But but it's pretty fucking good. I gotta say, it's pretty fucking good.
That's cool.